Alright guys, what's up? We are back with day 3 of the NHL playoffs and my recap. And we had 6 games on tap today, and there were some pretty good games. So we will start off just like last time with the 2 games in the round robin. Then we go on to the qualifier games. So first we have Tampa Bay taking on the Capitals, and the first ever postseason game that ended in a shootout. Weird times indeed. But anyway, Nikita Kucherov picking up 1 point and then getting the shootout winner. And as you guys can see in the standings, Tampa Bay with 2 points, Philadelphia with 2 points tied with them. Then we got Washington picking up the 1 point in the loss today, and Boston with 0. So each team in that division has played 1 game now. And Tampa Bay on the top, Boston at the bottom. It was a competitive game, and I feel like these teams are just getting their feet wet as it's not elimination games. So we'll see the second games how they perform. Then we move on to the other round robin game of the day. In the West, the Vegas Golden Knights come back to beat the Dallas Stars down 3-1. They finished the day winning 5-3 with William Karlsson putting up a point, and then for the Stars, Heiskanen putting up 3 points. And there we see the round robin standings. The Stars at the bottom with 0. Third place we got the St. Louis Blues with also 0. And then we got the Vegas Golden Knights in second with 2 points. Colorado in first place with 2 points. So a good division there shaping up. And yeah, each team looked good. Dallas was up in this game, could have won. And then we obviously see the Blues, who were so close to making this go to in overtime in the last game against the Avalanche. And yeah, those are round robin games for the day. Alright, so now we move on to the 4 qualifier games of the day, and we start off with the Carolina Hurricanes taking on the New York Rangers. And as y'all can see, a 4-1 big win for the Hurricanes, going up 2-0 in the series, and just like that, they're 1 win away from moving on to Stanley Cup playoffs. And also, as you guys can see, Andrei Svechnikov, putting up 3 points in a hat-trick performance. And then we got Artemi Panarin putting up a point. And you know what? Lundqvist cannot start again, even though he hasn't been playing horribly. They need something different, the Rangers. So for all you Rangers fans, it's not looking good. Your team needs a whole new a game plan adjustment. And yeah, Carolina looking to end it all tomorrow. They're actually playing back-to-back games. Then we move on to a very good game in Alberta still, in Edmonton, but between the Calgary Flames and the Winnipeg Jets. A lot of people, are sleeping on the Jets now, and just because of Scheifele and Laine, and I don't blame them for it, because I kind of am as well. I thought they would win a game or 2 this series, but I still think Calgary will win now just because of Scheifele and Laine. But they proved that they have heart, and they won today, 3-2. They took advantage of their power plays eventually. Ehlers putting up a point and Sam Bennett putting up a point for the Flames. And this series is now tied. And it's going to be one hell of a series shaping up. Now we move on to the final 2 games of the day. We had the Pittsburgh Penguins taking on the Montreal Canadiens, and this series is now all tied up. Penguins winning 3-1. And don't let the score fool you. Price put up another great performance in net. But you know what? Montreal just did not play good enough, and Pittsburgh had too many chances and they capitalized on it. It was 1-0 for a long while, where then Pittsburgh scored very late, and Montreal scored very late, where it was 2-1, and then the empty net win for the Penguins. And we got Connor Sheary putting up two points, and Jesperi Kotkaniemi putting up 1 point. So, Pittsburgh just came out and performed. I feel like the only player who was performing to their ability today was Carey Price. Beyond his ability, he played amazing today. Just not good enough. Well, I shouldn't even say that. His team didn't play good enough to, actually protect him. He can't save every single shot. So yeah, Pittsburgh getting a big win, and I just see them winning games 3 and 4 now and ending the series. So now we move on to Edmonton versus Chicago. In this game, another high-scoring game. Last game was a 6-4 win by Chicago. This game, a 6-3 win for Edmonton as they tie the series up. Connor McDavid getting a hat-trick. Patrick Kane getting 2 points for the Hawks. Nonetheless, a lot of goals throughout 2 games. And also another big factor is Koskinen went in net for the Oilers, which a lot of people expected, and now this looks like with this win he'll be the starting goaltender, unless something goes south, maybe an injury or a lopsided loss. But yeah, great series this is looking like. I have no idea who's going to win. I can see both teams putting up great performances to close it out, especially in a 5-game series. But the Oilers came to play today. And the Blackhawks, they had a good second period, but the Oilers had a better first and third, which eventually won them the game. So my MVP of the day, obviously, as you guys can see, is Connor McDavid, but it was between two people, and you guys probably tell that as well. Andrei Svechnikov and McDavid himself has both put up a hat trick on the same day, so of course one of them will be the MVP of the day. And I decided to give it to Connor McDavid because of the fact that he made more of an impact, I believe, because he scored right away, 19 seconds in, and then scored a beautiful second goal on the backhand. I think 5-6 minutes later. So that put the Oilers up 2-0, and it was just a big momentum boost, especially since they were down 1-0 in the series. They didn't want a bad start, and he did not give them one. No shade to Svechnikov. I just believe the most valuable player today for their particular team was McDavid. And yeah, then we move on to the headlines of the day. I always give 3 headlines, and today's headlines are Night of hat-tricks, obviously as I just explained, Svechnikov and McDavid getting it done, both resulting in big wins, and they actually made the difference. Take away Svechnikov's 3 goals, it's 1-1. Take away McDavid's 3 goals, it's 3-3. So huge games for those two men. Second headline, we got the bounce-back games. And this is where a lot of series were tied up at 1, there was 3 games that the games that were tied up at 1, which is the Calgary-Winnipeg series, Winnipeg tying the series up, the Pittsburgh-Montreal game, Pittsburgh tying it up, and the Edmonton-Chicago game, Edmonton tying it up. So big games today for those teams. And then the third headline, some people watching this may disagree with me, but kneeling, I found it really inspirational that 4 people kneel today. Dickinson for the Stars and Seguin for the Stars, and then for the Golden Knights, Ryan Reeves and Robin Leonard. And it just showed unity, and whether you agree with me or not, it's just my opinion. I believe a lot of them should. It was good on Matt Dumba for delivering the speech. I didn't talk about it last time, but this time I decided, it was a big deal, so I'm going to make it a headline because I really support it, and I think it would have had a big impact. So yeah, and then we finally move on to the games tomorrow, a little part I like to add in my recap, and this is the part of the preview. This is the part where I zoom into the games tomorrow. As y'all can see, we got 6 games on. All are qualifier games, no round robin games, which is a little more exciting, of course, because they're, battling for their life, the elimination game. So first we got the Islanders and the Florida Panthers, game 2 at 9 a.m. my time, which is Pacific time on the West Coast. Then we got the Coyotes versus the Predators, game 2, 11:30. Toronto Maple Leafs versus Columbus Blue Jackets, really looking forward to that one, game 2, 1 p.m. And then we got game 3, Calgary-Winnipeg playing back-to-back, 3:45 p.m. We'll see who takes the 2-1 series lead. And then we got an elimination game already at 5 p.m. between the Rangers and the Hurricanes. Rangers lose, they're out. Hurricanes win, they move on. And then to end it off, the late game, a big game for me, obviously because I'm the Canucks fan. We got the Canucks Minnesota. If Minnesota wins, like I said in my last recap, they win the series without a shadow of a doubt. So huge games here, 6 games here, and I hope y'all enjoyed the recap, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 4. Peace out.